You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Theme Parks podcast, and this is show number 405 for Sunday the 17th of April 2022.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to this week's Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jane Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jane.
Hello there, Michelle, and happy Easter. Happy Chocolate Day.
Well, it would be if I had any chocolate. I've got a major sulk on with the hubster at the moment.
Oh, did you not treat?
Well, it did.
Right.
But let's just set the scene here, ladies and gentlemen, to the figure of my disappointment. Because over in the UK, we do Easter eggs in like a big cardboard box, and you get a typically solid, well, not solid, a hollow chocolate egg, and then it normally comes with some bars of candy. So it's very different to the offerings that you'd get in the United States.
Okay.
And Hubster goes out and gets me an Easter egg.
Yeah.
What flavour chocolate does Michelle like the least?
White?
Exactly. You know me.
Oh dear.
Yes. But it's white Oreo flavour. I don't care. I don't eat white chocolate. Seriously, Jane, I'm married to the wrong person. I shouldn't be married to you. We would get on so much better. Sorry, Simon.
Well, I must admit, I have got a white Oreo Easter egg in my house, but that's for my son because that's the chocolate that Ethan likes the most. He's not my son. I like 85% dark, and he likes the horrible white, sweet, sugary, white chocolate.
Exactly. I've told Tom anyway to wait till Tuesday for half-price Easter egg day and then go to Hotel Chocolat and get me one I'll actually eat.
I must admit, I was tempted to treat myself. I thought I was shopping and in one of our cheaper supermarkets over here. I thought, oh, I've got a little money off token. I'm going to use it on a chocolate egg. And I looked at the price I was still going to have to pay for it. And I thought, I could buy a bar of chocolate cheaper than that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I actually have my own moulds for making Easter eggs. And it's something I've done in the past, made my own Easter eggs. So do you know what? I think I'm going to melt down some 85% Aldi chocolate into an Easter egg, and I might just share some images on the podcast page to share with people. You know, it doesn't have to cost £8 for an Easter egg.
No, absolutely not. Ridiculous amount of money.
But yeah, it is a lovely time of the year where you can buy little chocolatey gifts for those you love and show that you care about them. And despite my children being 25 and 21, they all want Easter eggs still.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for it as well. And my kids, you can't call them kids at these ages, can you? But yeah, they've all been bought eggs.
Yeah, hey, well, that's my gripe of the day. But saying that, my daughter gave me my Mother's Day gift this week, and I am over the moon with it.
You have a talented daughter.
I have an incredibly talented daughter, and I worked it out. I'm only the 24th person that she's actually tattooed because she's been training for the last year, and she started off practicing on sort of drawing and getting her style, and then practicing on fake skin, and then small little designs in her sort of style, which tends to be a little bit more edgy than what Mum likes. And I said to her, can we do maybe a little tattoo on my wrist that could maybe hide with my watch? And then she realised, oh, Mum, it's just going to be too small. So it ended up being this floral display in black on my shoulder. And she says, Mum, I've never used white before, but do you mind if I just do a little bit and give it a go? She did. Anyway, she's knocked it out of the park, and I'm absolutely over the moon with it, and the flowers make up a particular shape we both love.
I can't think what that shape would be. I don't know, 3 flowers. Let me think.
Yeah. Well, it had to be 3 flowers because I'm into symbolism, and 3 flowers for 3 children.
Yeah.
You know, and it was such an amazing experience to get tattooed by my own daughter, and I'm over the moon. And she's had so many wonderful compliments on this because it's such a different style to what she's used to. She may not do flowers again for a very long time, but you know, she had a go at it and I'm chuffed.
Yeah, another string to her bow.
Absolutely. Well, in between all this waffling on about inkage and chocolate, we do have a Disney podcast to share with you this week.
Oh, yeah, I better do that, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah. How can we top last week's show with the wonderful Len Tester? Our fabulous Patreons got a sneaky peek and listened in to Len's chat about his amazing time on the Star Cruiser. That's still only exclusively available over on our Patreon channel. We will eventually share it with everybody else, but just not quite yet.
Right, it was I really enjoyed chatting to Len about it. Very interesting and well worth a listen, guys.
Absolutely. Patreon.com/Disney Dream Girls. So, this week's show, something tickled me, Jane, in the news this week.
Did it, Michelle?
It did. Now, it may or may not be 100% accurate, but I just love the lengths that people go to get the limited edition Disney merch and then to profit off it and sell it on those reselling sites.
Oh, resellers. Should be a banned word.
Well, you see, it broke my heart a little bit this week that Loungefly released a 30th DLP bag, and it is the most gorgeous, beautiful shade of indigo with glitter and cerise and the logo and exploding fireworks. It is so beautiful.
It's very good, cute, very cute.
However, we saw inevitably on social media that very same day shoppers leaving with 10 carrier bags containing these items, and already they are on double the price on those reselling sites.
Yeah, no fair.
It isn't, because I've a few people who've said to me, oh, you know, if you see one while you're in Paris, will you grab me one? My daughter would love one. And we're in the States. There's no chances of us getting one. There's no chances of me getting one. I'm going to the park.
I know, that's the sad thing, isn't it? It's like, you know, for those genuine people who would like to pick something up for somebody else, you know, very genuine reasons, it's fans, etc. And yeah, others have gone out there and spoilt all the fun. And this isn't the first time we've seen it happen, though, is it? I think this is the annoying thing.
Yeah.
This is quite a regular occurrence now.
And it's not just something that is stuck within the American and European parks. It's actually happening at Tokyo Disney Sea as well, according to the All Nippon News Network.
This is a shame. Go on.
So you're allowed one per person there of the limited edition Duffy merch that has come out. And you know how much I love a good Duffy.
Yes, I did see that, yes.
They accuse some shoppers of taking a little pushchair with a fake baby in it. A fake baby.
Right.
So that they can say, oh, well, one's for me and one's for my child. So that they can actually buy two.
Okay, right. You're going to go to that much bother to put a fake baby in a pushchair with you?
You could just offer to babysit someone's kid and take it with them if you want. And then you could earn money as a babysitter as well as a reseller. Job done.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
But it puzzles me. What are cast members supposed to do? Go and take this baby's pulse and make sure it's alive?
Well, this is the problem, isn't it? You can't start giving the 10th degree to every person that stands in front of you wanting to buy something. And it's like, I'm sure there must be a, you know, going back in 3 different times with different clothes on and goodness knows what else. And, you know, get people going in repeat days and buying the same thing. But you can't, how do you police something like that? It would be impossible to do.
Yeah. It just boggles the mind. I found that quite interesting anyway. Moving away from fake babies and people merchandising and reselling and whatever, I gather this news on GOTG-CR.
Now, you just put letters together there, Michelle. It's bad enough that we do this all the time. That's like, I had to sit here and think what you were talking about then.
Disney love a good acronym.
Yeah, it's not a good acronym though, is it?
Well, this one's not as good as some of the other ones that have alternate meanings, let's be honest. So it's Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Tell me more, Janie.
What they need to do to start off with is actually condense these titles of rides down so we don't get these silly acronyms. That's what they need to do.
Well, you know what we're going to do. Are you going on Guardians ride? Yeah, sure. Go on.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be it, isn't it? It's going to be called Guardians. It's not going to get called. I mean, even GOG would be better, to be fair.
You could call it Cosy, but then some Brits might get confused and start putting on swimwear.
Anyway, should we get back to it? So there is actually a launch date. I'm going to use the phrase launch date because that is what they're calling it. It was rumoured a while ago that it was going to be, is it Memorial Day weekend? I think it is in the States. Yeah. And the date's now come through and it is confirmed. So it is going to be May the 27th. But if you are a Disney Vacation Club member, you can now register for previews.
Yeah, no. Not happening. David couldn't get on that.
Really?
Yeah.
So, what about being a cast member?
Possibly. If you're a cast member, you might be able to get it. They are expected to do annual pass previews as well.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing the classic one facing it all and out. You've got DVC, you've got cast members, you've got your D23 gold members, you're going to have your annual passes. So, although it's not launching officially till May the 27th, I think basically from today onwards, isn't it? April the 17th, it's going to be in test mode or preview mode or whatever you want to call it mode.
Yeah. They still haven't confirmed if it's going to be boarding groups when it opens, but it sounds very likely it will be.
I would think because of, I know I was watching something the other day and they were saying that all the park reservations for the 27th weekend have just kind of gone now for Epcot. That would imply that obviously everybody's making it a must-go destination for that date, which would imply lots of crowds and lots of queues, which again in turn, going by previous releases for brand new attractions, boarding groups would appear to be the obvious choice, whether you like them or not.
We've got first sight of the uniform, a lovely shade of blue with a bit of a hint of orange.
Yes, not too bad. It's got the little symbol sort of shape, hasn't it, that represents the collector or whoever. I don't know. I get very confused with Guardians of the Galaxy. Not one of my go-to Marvel brands that I'm that up on, I'm afraid.
I must admit that there's an orange logo on the baseball cap. That just reminds me of Space Mountain for some reason.
Okay, angular, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah. But if you turn it upside down, it makes a T for Tomorrowland, and it reminds me of the film Tomorrowland, because surely it was the same colours. Are they just recycling the same colours on this attraction?
Potentially, but does it because it leads into the whole spacey thing and therefore maybe your choice of colour palette is limited because it all evokes the same thing? I don't know. I'm not a graphic designer.
Yeah, I do like the attention to detail, particularly on the shoulder. They've got pleats with a little button press underneath each pleat. Some very nice styling on there. So it'd be nice. It just depends. I hope it's comfortable. It looks like it's comfortable for those hot August days.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see because obviously when the ride was originally announced there was going to be animatronics in there, we now know there's no animatronics inside it. I think because there were so many changes happening to the storyline and obviously they were coinciding the design and prep work in line with filming Guardians of the Galaxy 3, sorry. So I know that footage has been shot with the actors for the ride, but it's meant there's been no animatronics to go in.
Very exciting stuff. I will look forward to having a ride on that later in the year.
Yeah. Hopefully boarding groups will have disappeared by the time you get out there, Michelle.
Fingers crossed. So something else that's glowing back. Main Street Electrical Parade over to Disneyland.
Yeah, this is very exciting, isn't it?
Oh my word. Have you seen the Sipper and Popcorn Cup? I am in ecstasy. Somehow I need these in my life.
And to be fair to Disney, I mean, you sent me the little TikTok video. That was just way too cute.
Yeah.
Way too cute. So even if you were like, oh yeah, whatever. Oh my goodness, that video just would swing you over. It was just so cute. so cute, so well done, with the music and the little stop motion. Oh, yeah, it had me. So I urge anybody to go out there and look at the Disney Parks blog TikTok video for it because it is beautifully done.
Killing me. But it does say that it's going to be available off and on through the summer, so maybe they're going to control sales of it so that we don't have a repeat of the Figment dilemma that happened earlier in the year over at Festival of the Arts. We shall see, but we know people will be queuing 100,000 deep for this because it's so cute.
They are very cute and they light up, and I think the design on them is gorgeous, and it's lovely to see those sorts of designs coming through because I think particularly with buckets and sippers it's probably more associated with Japan. They have a really good take on their buckets and sippers out there, so great to see that coming across the States. But like you said, I just hope that they've ordered plenty in advance.
Yeah, several hundred containers worth would do. Then there's a slight chance Michelle might get her hands on one.
Yeah.
They've also brought out some amazing merchandise to go with this because obviously Disney want their ka-ching. There's leggings, there's t-shirts, there's ears, there's a lounge fly. Of course there's going to be a lounge fly.
Of course there's a lounge fly, yeah.
Hello. There's even a dress, and I must admit, the dress is super cute. They've got really nice strappy dress. It's got a really beautiful bright cerise sort of ribbon belt round the middle, and it's got wonderful gold embroidery saying Main Street Electrical Parade, and I just think that dress is just fabulous.
Yeah, the dress does look very, very cute, and the lounge fly bag does as well, I'll have to admit. I must admit, the couple of t-shirts I'm not overly fussed on, but yeah, everything else. I mean, I think they just recognise what an iconic parade this is and how much it means to Disney fans, which is why they're obviously going completely overboard with all the merch and everything for it.
Yeah, I do remember being in Walt Disney World when the parade glowed away, and I got a commemorative t-shirt for that, and I still have it upstairs. So,
oh wow,
I don't need to buy a t-shirt, I've got one. To ensure you get the ultimate and best viewing at the Plaza Inn in Disneyland Park, you will be able to have a meal deal where you can pay excess amount and be able to get a enhanced viewing, should we say, or reserved viewing. Whether it's enhanced, depends how long you want to wait to see the parade. If you want to sit out for 5 hours, go for it, babe.
Yeah, I suppose it just depends on what you want and what the price point is going to be, isn't it? So I think eye up and see when you're going, how busy you think the crowd's going to be. Are you going to be prepared to sit around and wait, or would you prefer to have a reserved seating area?
Yeah, and if you like the food at Plaza Inn, because who doesn't? Let's be honest, it's Plaza Inn fried chicken. You've got house-made mac and cheese, Mickey-shaped honey cornbread. You've got a decadent berry cheesecake. Nothing is wrong with that menu, in my opinion.
All good, solid food.
Yeah. So, if you are going to go to Disneyland in the next coming months and you are going to avail yourself of seeing this fantastic parade, please share some pictures and your thoughts on the new actual parade vehicles that are going to be involved as well.
Yeah, because the new finale coming, isn't it? So, yeah, interesting.
So, Disneyland Paris is in the air at the moment. It was their 30th on the 12th of April.
It was.
Oh, my word, did you see the queues?
Very, very, very busy.
Very busy. We know one or two listeners were there at the time, and they said, actually, despite it being really busy, I think a lot of people were there just to enjoy the ambience and the ride attractions. Some of them, if you timed it right, you could actually manage to get on something.
Oh, okay. I mean, I suppose it's a bit like back in October for the 50th at Disney World, isn't it? There's something to be said for just being there on a special occasion. I think if you are the sort of person that's going to go for a special occasion, then I'm guessing you are a hardcore Disney fan, and therefore riding attractions is something that you've already done. So it's not like that's the be all and end all, is it?
Yeah, because many people just want to be in the park on these special anniversaries, enjoy the ambience, get the most out of being there, and just sort of feel part of it. And that is absolutely fine.
Absolutely, of course it is.
I do gather, though, they're selling champagne again just before the hub, and you can get a plastic celebration flute glass with the 30th logo on.
Okay.
and it's €15 per glass of Lamson Disneyland Paris Cave.
Okay.
Very exclusive. Wonderful way to toast Disneyland Paris on the anniversary. I do gather it sold out. There were more stocks replenished later in the day, but the little man had to go back and forth so many times because so many people wanted to raise a glass and toast the beautiful castle and all the cast members. Did you see the picture as well that showed the cast members who were there at the opening, and then 30 years on, how many were still working at Disneyland Paris? Wow.
About 900, I think, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
That rings a bell. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, and to be able to recreate the same photo was a lovely touch. So, and all power to them, because it's had its ups and downs as DLP. Bless them. So stick with it. Yeah. Good on them.
We'll be hearing more about DLP. As you know, I am travelling there, starting my journey literally tomorrow as this show airs on the 17th. I'll be talking a little bit about my pre-trip planning over on our Patreon show, and everyone here will get a bit of a trip report when I get back. But look out on social media, because I will be sharing some bits and pieces whilst in the park.
Looking forward to hearing all about it.
So exciting. So we thought we would share some DLP facts.
Oh, okay.
And one of my favourite is connected to a ride that we both love. And it is one of these attractions that is located across the Disney parks, but each one is in a different land.
Oh, okay.
So Phantom Manor in Disneyland Paris is in Frontierland.
Of course, yes.
In Disneyland, it's in New Orleans Square.
Yeah.
In Walt Disney World, it's at Liberty Square. And in Tokyo, it's in Fantasyland.
Oh, okay.
Hong Kong Disneyland, there is Mystic Point, and it is imagined around Mystic Manor.
Yes, because it's a kind of a different take, isn't it? But
yeah,
I'd never kind of... When you say it, it's kind of obvious that they're on different lands, but you don't really consciously think of it, because I think each version is so well done, and I do love the location at DLP, because it's set up there on its like little mini hill, and I love coming out and going around the graveyard, because I think we've talked about it before, but people will tend to go right to go back into the park. I said, no, go left and just take a little wander, and you can look out over the water to Big Thunder, and it's just a lovely location for it.
You can get the best pictures from there as well, looking out over towards Big Thunder. It is absolutely fantastic. I gather you've got a fact about glittery things, Jane.
Glitter. I love a bit of glitter.
Oh,
Don't you love a bit of glitter?
I do love.
Well, yeah, apparently. So obviously 30th anniversary, we're going to make a big deal about it, as they well should do. More than 200 costumes have been created.
Wow.
190 pieces of jewellery.
Wow. 100
pairs of shoes as well. But I think this is really cute. Apparently, they actually asked the dancers, because obviously they're going to be dancing in this stuff and they're going to be taking part in it all, what actually their preferences were, and actually incorporated their thoughts and processes into it. Because obviously they're going to have to be wearing it, and if you're dancing and you want to make it look absolutely amazing, you want to feel good in what you're wearing, don't you?
Well, you can't do some of those moves in a very restrictive garment, and I suppose as a fashion designer, you need to take that on board.
Absolutely, but this lovely iridescent material that they've created is fabulous, I think would be the word to describe it.
It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
And catching in the sunlight would look amazing as well.
Oh gosh, yes. I'm going to hop to an attraction that's close to your heart, Jane, because I don't think you've ever ridden it.
Oh, okay. This must be a roller coaster of some description then, Michelle.
It's an attraction you frequently sit outside and watch Simon and the kids go ride on.
Okay.
And this is the very unique Space Mountain over in Disneyland Paris. And it used to launch from the top of the cannon However, in 2005, the attraction was recalibrated so that the trains actually launch from the bottom of that loading area. And I really do love that, because if you look at the pictures on our website, you'll see on the outside of the actual Space Mountain building, which that iconic shape is very similar to what you'll see in the American parks. However, it's very much in theme with the Jules Verne sort of steampunk-ish vibe you've got in Tomorrowland over, or Discoveryland over in Disneyland Paris. So it's not white. And you have this big cannon on the outside.
Yeah, it's very different looking, isn't it? And I do love the aesthetic of it. I do think it looks amazing.
Yeah, but just to be able to sit outside and you can watch, and if you time it right, you can see, you know, Symes and the kids shooting out of the top of this cannon.
Yeah, and that's exactly where I want to see them.
Oh, bless. I think Caroline will be doing the same. She'll be watching me as I'm shot out of the cannon, because she won't be partaking on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I have ridden Space Mountain before in Walt Disney World, but yeah, I think that was enough for me, unfortunately.
Have you ever been on the Disneyland Paris version of Twilight Zone Tower of Terror?
I haven't, no. I'm such a wuss, Michelle, but you know this. You know I'm a wuss.
Well, this was a replica of the Disneyland California version, but now California is now rethemed to Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the only one in existence. In 2019, the Imagineers recalibrated it, because every time you went on the attraction, you got the same experience, the same drop.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But when they did all these changes to it, it gets a different drop sequence every time, like it did originally over in Disneyland in California. I've not ridden it since this little tweak has been performed, so I'm very excited about going on this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's now going to sit very close to the whole Avengers Campus area, isn't it, in Walt Disney Studios Park? So the question surely has to be, is this going to remain the Twilight Zone Tower, or is it prime for a Guardians makeover, aka DCA?
Well, we shall soon find out, because no doubt they might announce some changes. I'd like to think not, because they did do that big refurb back in 2019, and it would be nice still to have one incarnation of this particular attraction.
Yeah, true.
I gather you've now got the last one about a ride you do love.
Oh yeah, you see, this is more Jane's style, and everybody knows this. So It's a Small World, because you got to talk about It's a Small World, haven't you?
Yep.
So over in Disneyland Paris, it has 281 different costumes, all created by the Disneyland Paris costuming department. So these are done especially for this incarnation of It's a Small World. So loads of research went into making sure that what they were recreating was representative of the cultures that they were wanting to represent in the ride. So I think that's really cool. And then as a slight little addition to this, the song, the iconic song, which we all know and love, because we do love it, don't we, Michelle?
Oh, we do.
It's a Small World, has now been put into I don't even know if this existed, the National Recording Registry. So the Library of Congress in America has announced that It's a Small World is one of 25 audio recordings that is to be preserved on the National Recording Registry. So apparently each year they put in 25 recordings that are deemed worthy of, quote, preservation for all time based on their cultural, historical or aesthetic importance in the nation's recorded sound heritage. And this is the original Disneyland Boys Choir recording of It's a Small World that's going to be going in, alongside, randomly, other songs going in this year include Alicia Keys' Songs in a Minor, not familiar, and Journey's Don't Stop Believing.
Oh, classic. Don't stop believing.
So there you
Under
go.
the feeling.
So I think there's two songs going into this year's 25 that are both those little brainworm songs, aren't they? That once you get in your head, they ain't going to come out again.
Fantastic stuff, though. Really love that.
Yeah, very cute.
So before we end off the show, one little thing that came up on social media this week, which was about a international guest who had arrived at Walt Disney World and wanted to purchase at the gate tickets for entry. This is now not possible.
No.
So rather than talk about that story, I kind of was met up with my lovely friend AJ Mills, love to you, gorgeous darling, lovely woman, and had a coffee with her the other morning, and we were having a little chat because Angie's going this summer with her family, stopping in an RV at Fort Wilderness.
Nice.
She's there for nearly 3 weeks, and she was planning on getting Disney park tickets.
Okay, yeah.
Now in the UK, historically, we've been able to get 21-day park tickets because a lot of us do go for an extended period of time.
We do indeed, yeah.
However, Disney have been very slow to release these 21-day tickets back on sale. In fact, you can't get them for love nor money.
Is this as kind of a reaction, do we think, of the world slowly getting back to normal?
Well, I don't know. Now, at the moment, the only ticket as a UK guest you can buy in the UK is you can buy a 14-day ticket, which they're saying is for the price of a 7-day.
Yes.
Now, you do get lots of extra add-ons to this, which are exclusive to the UK market. You get Memory Maker, so all your PhotoPass photography is included.
Worth it.
Now, you get the ability, when you buy your tickets as well, to add on Genie Plus.
Okay.
Now, Genie Plus in the UK works out at £6.99 a day. £6.99, should I say.
Yeah.
But you can't add it on individual days. You've got to buy it as a lump extra.
So if you've got a 14-day ticket, you've got to buy it for the 14 days.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're going to have the 14-day ticket, it works out at an additional £97.86.
Per ticket.
Per ticket. So if there's a fair few of you, like with Angie, it does add up quite a lot of money.
It will do, yeah.
Now, the 14-day magic ticket enables you to visit multiple parks per day after 2 o'clock because you can't hop till after 2.
Yeah.
You get the Memory Maker. You get mini golf, which is something that you've been able to do before.
Yeah.
And that's starting from £469.
Okay.
Now, if it's spread over 14 days, it can work out at £34 a day, which is quite cheap for a UK ticket.
Absolutely, yeah.
But saying it at £469 is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. But like you say, we are kind of getting... I'm using air quotes when I say this because I know whenever you talk about anything being free, it's not free. The cost must be factored in. But the selling point is you're getting 14 days for the price of 7. So if you break it down to the 14 days and you're going to use the full 14 days worth, then you and I know, Michelle, what we would be paying to go into a comparable, say, theme park over here in the UK on a wet and miserable day in the middle of May. You know, you're going to be paying double £34, I would have thought. They're not to the calibre of the American parks, personally, is how I would describe it. So £34 a day is, personally speaking, I think is a good value. But that big figure does sound an awful lot. And when you're racking it up, if you've got a family, the standard quote-unquote family of 4, yes, the children's prices may be cheaper if they're under 9, but it's still a lot of money to add on top. And then plus, if the only way that you can, put your Lightning Lane, your Genie Plus on, I should say, is to buy it for the full duration of the holiday, then that's like another chunk. It's like another £100 on top, isn't it? Not cheap.
Absolutely. But just because you are buying these tickets and you're staying on site, it still does not give you theme park entry.
Yeah. This is what's doing my head in at the moment. I must admit, I can't get my head around it.
Yeah. You have to reserve your theme park days. So even though it's months away, you need to start thinking about where you're going to spend those 14 days of that ticket. Now, they do give you a period of 18 days to use them over. So it doesn't have to be 14 consecutive days, but it has to be within that 18-day window. So say, for example, I was going from the UK and I was going to do a week at Walt Disney World, a week on a cruise, and then a week at Walt Disney World. I could not do that now because I'm only allowed 18 days of flexibility, not that never-ending ticket. So that is a bit of a, I'm quite glad I've done 2 weeks in Walt Disney World and then the cruise, because that would have caused me some ticket issues.
Yes, something to be careful of, people.
But so I just really want to clarify to all of our listeners that just because you're staying on site does not give you automatic entry into the theme parks. You have to have your tickets and you have to book your theme park days where you wish to start your theme park experience of that day.
Yeah, I must admit, as something that Sam and I have only been talking about actually the last couple of days. I've seen a couple of different vlogs that have both touched on this issue. And I think for us coming from the UK and we're prepping and we're planning our vacation time, to then sit down and go, okay, then, well, let's just pick random days. At least then you're guaranteed to get into a park for the duration of your vacation. That's how I would look at it. And, I'm going to pick Magic Kingdom for day one on my last day. That's a no-brainer. And then fill out the rest so that, you can get in somewhere. I did see an interesting thing from an American perspective of people perhaps booking a resort hotel stay relatively short notice, getting to their hotel of choice, and they may have an annual pass or they may have bought a ticket, but then the park availability for when they're staying is all sold out, or they can only get to a certain park and not the park that they want to go to. So that element of, I think from our point of view in the UK, we're planning significantly in advance so we can factor it in. But I think if you're wanting to do maybe a bit more of an impulsive, short notice stay in the States, you may be travelling from one state into another, and you might be an annual pass holder, say, so you've already got your ticket, but actually, can you get into a park on that day or the days that you might be on that vacation? So I think that's, again, people have got to take it into consideration. I know there's quite a bit of media vibe saying, do they need to revert away from the reservation thing that they've got at the moment? Is it now time to go back to the quote unquote old way of doing things? But they've said not. They've said it's here to stay, haven't they? So I don't know. I suppose only time will tell, and whatever customer feedback they get from, because they do like to take the customer's feedback into consideration. They do often stop you to talk about your experience in the park. So hopefully things will feed back to them and they might make decisions accordingly.
Well, if they do that, we might see Genie Plus disappearing then, because I haven't found anybody who finds it amazing. So anyway, that's a
whole other conversation.
For another show. Right, my lovelies, thank you for listening to this week's show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to check us out on all of our social media outlets. We have our website, DisneyDreamGirls.com, Instagram and Twitter, @DisDreamGirls. We will be posting some bits and pieces from my trip in Paris, so please do keep an eye out over there. If you want to have some exclusive audio content or early listens to the show, etc., there are lots of benefits for being a Patreon supporter. Why not have a look at patreon.com/DisneyDreamGirls and see what you can do to help us out, and we help you out by giving you some extra content. Anyway, until next time, it's a goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.